All right, let's go over problem number 7 from 5.6b. We have two sides and an angle for our given information. Notice that we do not know a side and its corresponding angle. In other words, we don't know side A and angle A, or side B and angle B, and so on. This is what tells us we're going to use the law of cosines. All right, to use law of cosines, you either need three sides or you need two sides and an angle. Since we have the angle, we're going to use the angle. And then if that angle is angle C, the equation's going to start with side C squared. And then we're going to use the other two sides, A and B, to fill in those couple of pieces. All right, now we have our formula. So substituting the values, we end up getting this. And then going through and simplifying, 12 squared is 144, 21 squared is 441, negative 2 times 12 times 21 times the cosine of 95, making sure you're in degree mode, you get negative 43.9264943. And then I combine those three to get 541.0735057. And then to get C alone, I take the square root of both sides, and I find out that side length C is 23.2609868. To list your final answer for side length C, you're welcome to round, but if you are going to reuse this number, you need to use as much as you can. Use all of the places that the calculator gives you. Okay, so now there are a few more things that we don't know. We don't know angle B, we don't know angle A, and we don't know side C. So let's go after angle B. Right now you might be tempted, since we have angle C and we have side C, you might want to use the law of sines. You can never use the law of sines to find an angle measure if when you started the problem, you started it by using the law of cosines. This is very important. It's where most of the mistakes occur. So one more time, never use the law of sines to find an angle if you started solving the triangle with the formula law of cosines. All right, so since I want to find angle B, my formula is going to have cosine of B, which means the equation is going to start with side length B squared. And then we use A and C, the other two sides, to fill in the rest. Now that we have our formula, we substitute our known values. We go in and simplify a bit. So 21 squared is 441, 12 squared is 144, 23.2909868 squared is this number here. Negative 2 times 12 times 23.2609868 is this number here. Next, I'm going to combine these two numbers. Do not combine with it this. You can't do that. All right, so 144 plus 541.0735057 gives us this. And then next, we're going to try to get the cosine of B alone. So to get the cosine of B alone, we want to undo the order of operations, getting rid of addition and subtraction before multiplication and division. So we're going to get rid of this add 685. So I'm going to subtract 685.0735507 from both sides. When I do that, 441 minus 685.0735057 is this number here. And then the right side, we still have all of this. To continue getting cosine of b alone, I'm going to divide both sides by the negative 558.2636832. And cosine of b is alone. And taking the negative 244 divided by the negative 558 using all the place values, I end up getting this. Now I want to get b alone. The cosine is what's preventing the b from being alone, so I'm going to apply the inverse cosine to both sides. The inverse cosine of cosine b is b, and then we're going to take the inverse cosine of the negative 0.4372011, and we end up getting this. Again, make sure your calculator's in degree mode. You can say that angle B is about 64.1 degrees, but if you are going to reuse angle B in another calculation, make sure you use as many place values as the calculator gives you. Now that we know angle B, we need to still find angle A and side C. So we're going to use the law of sines to find side C. I'm hoping when I just said that you paused for a moment and thought to yourself, wait a minute, can I use the law of sines? You can use the law of sines to find a side length anytime you want. But you never want to use the law of sines to find an angle if you started the problem with the law of cosines. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. We have a side and a corresponding angle, so I'm going with the sine of angle B over side length B. Then we'll have the sine of angle C over side length C. To find C, we're going to cross multiply and divide, making sure your calculator is in degree mode. I took 21 times sine of 95 divided by the sine of the 64.075627, and I end up getting the length of side length C. Okay, lastly, I needed to still find angle A. The easiest way is going to be to use the fact that all triangles add up to 180 degrees. So angle A is going to be 180 minus the two angle measures we already know. So angle A is 20.924 degrees.